Tippy time, my damies, Topcat here, and welcome back to the channel. Arc 3.0 is finally here, and we're getting straight into it with the Saucy Hunter build. We are using this exotic that is going to be chucking out grenades left, right and center. Not only are they a lot stronger now, the chaining's better, just everything is so much better about this playstyle. We are using the Lucky Raspberries. The armor perk Probability Matrix increases the chaining capabilities of arc bolt grenades, and they have a chance to recharge each time it deals damage. So every chain it deals damage has a chance to fully recharge it, and a full chain will always give you a full recharge. So if you've got two enemies in front of you, you chuck a grenade, you've got a probability of getting one. But if you've got more than 3 enemies there, it's going to give you that grenade every single time. It is strong, it's not the strongest for DPS, but for ad clear this is an extremely good grenade, and it's extremely high range as well. I mean, you see how big that chain is? That was a good 20 plus meters. We are also adding Spark of Shock, so our arc grenades will also jolt targets. This way any ad that doesn't get killed by the initial grenade is going to get picked up by that jolt. So very good at ad clear, nothing's going to escape you. We're also running the Flow State Arc Aspect. Defeating jolted enemies is going to make us amplified. This is going to give us increased weapon handling speed and a base movement speed, and will give you that ignition point into the speed boost. Your reload will be quicker, but most importantly you're more resilient whilst dodging now. So just get in there nice and tight and you have this little arc kind of overshield. We are also running the Lethal Current Arc Aspect. After dodging, your next melee has increased lunge and jolts the target and creates damaging aftershocks. I'm running this in combination with the combination blow melee that stacks up to 3 times, getting stronger every time. We're using Gambler's Dodge, and this fully recharges the class. Combination blows fully recharge the melee, so it's a looping system. So dodge melee, you're never going to run out of ability. As long as you got one, you got the other essentially. And because we got this increased movement speed, increased resilience, we can get in nice and tight and not really have to worry about a health bar too much. We are also running Spark of the Recharge. Whilst critically wounded, your melee and grenade energy, most importantly, starts regenerating. We are running Spark of the Resistance, so whilst we're surrounded by all these enemies punching them in the face, we are more resistant to incoming damage. The Lethal Current Arc Aspect. After dodging, your next melee attack has increased lunge range, jolts the target, and if you punch a jolted target, it's also going to blind them. You know, this blind is very good. You can get nice and close and they can't attack you because they really don't know where you are. You can keep on doing this as well. As long as it's jolted, just go in again, punch him again, and he'll be blind again, giving you that chance to finish this poor boy off. In terms of a super, I've opted to use the new one, the Gathering Storm. We just chuck out a giant ass arc staff and it's just going to jolt everything nearby. It does pretty good damage against bosses and it's really good against ads as well. And you see here, there's 38 ads are here and it just kills them all with ease. So extremely good in terms of ad clear. The super doesn't last the longest, so you need to think about the concentration point when using it. I'm using the Spark of Discharge. It's going to allow our arc weapon final blows to grant us ionic traces. I'm using this with my Sorrow's Verse. It's got Encore and Adrenaline Junkie most importantly, as this is a grenade build, so I'm going to lean into this, get that Adrenaline Junkie times 5 up when I get a grenade kill, and that's going to allow me to do more damage with my arc auto rifle. And you'll find every couple of kills is going to grant me an ionic trace. It takes a couple of these ionic traces to fully refund your abilities, so if you don't have them, very very strong. And this is primarily to get my super ability. I'll always have grenades up most of the time, and I'll either have a melee or a dodge, so it will just feed the other one that I don't generally have. I'm also using the Chain of Command. This has Adrenaline Junkie as well, and also has Demolitionist, so I'm feeding myself grenade energy whilst making the gun stronger again. The Adrenaline Junkie will help mitigate an LMG's general weakness, making it a lot stronger, particularly for in-game content. We have overload LMGs this season, so this will be good for stunning champs. For the primary, this is the function slot. I'm using Bastion. It's great against unstops, but we've also got Arbalist if you need anti-barrier. We've also got 2 new exotics this season, and the Wish Ender can also Pierce Barrier champs now, and we also have the Malfeasance, which the Slug Detonation can also do unstop, but I'm generally going to be using the Bastion as it does good DPS on top of stunning. If I feel that I might want to use an exotic in another slot, say the Thunderlord for example, I'll probably swap this out for Riptide, as that does an awful lot of good damage as well if I'm doing a dungeon per se. We're using Blink, of course we're using Blink. So much fun getting to teleport around. I'm not sure if you guys actually played D1, I did, and we all loved blinking around in a hunter, and it's been long awaited, and by golly is it good, man. Just you know, you get it nice and close, blink out of there, they have no idea what they're doing. Half the time they're jolted, half the time they're blind, and they just can't see it coming. It's so good to get up nice and close. On our armor, we're using Elemental Ordnance. Ashes to Assets, we're chucking a lot of grenades, may as well get a lot of super energy. And we're using a Fusion Ammo Finder. We're using Elemental Charge, Anti-Barrier Auto Rifle, that way we've got all champs covered, and Fastball. I'm using a Firepower to give myself grenades just in case my Lucky Raspberry doesn't do it. Melee damage resistance as I'm in nice and tight, and Thermoshock Plating to reduce solar and arc damage. A second Firepower mod, bump that right up. LMG Scavenger and AR holster. And on our class item, we're using Seeking Wells, but we're going to have to make space for Surge Detonations. That way our arc grenades are also going to overload, and it's going to jolt champions. And very importantly, Lightning Strikes twice. After throwing an arc grenade, gain increased grenade recharge for a short time. Arc Penal Blows will extend this duration. So we're just going to be tripping over grenades for our Lucky Raspberry build. Anyway, my damies, that is the video for today. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you give these Lucky Raspberries a go. Extremely good in Arc 3.0. If you liked, please hit that thumbs. If you're new and you liked, please hit that sub. If you've got any questions or suggestions, don't hesitate to comment down below. And until next time, tippy time, my damies.